Can we just talk about this music real quick? Because, like, this is kind of a bop. Also, hello, Bowser, welcome in. This is kind of a bop. I'm kind of living for this. I kind of want to, like, snap along with it. Happy, what would Sean say? Chun-Li Day? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, y'all. Another spooky game again today. It's pretty quiet for you. How about that? How about that? Audio is my worst nightmare. Good? Okay, cool. So, this is a new game, another game I've been sitting on for a little bit. Give you some background on this one. It is called Makoto Wakaido's Case Files. So it's a trilogy. There are 3 games. So this is a 3-in-1 game. So we have case file number 1, number 2, and number 3. So we're gonna start with the first one, obviously. Oh, and then this. What is this different from... This one doesn't have a number. These ones do. Oh no. Let me do a quick goog. Let me make sure I'm playing these in order. I don't want to start with the incorrect one. So apparently there's 4 games. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Let's see. Okay, the Executioner Linchpin is the first one, episode 1. In each of the game's 4, yes, a trilogy of 4 cases, players control Detective Makoto Wakaido, who is assigned to investigate a variety... Where did it go? A variety of mysteries by examining crime scenes, gathering clues and evidence, interrogating witnesses and potential suspects, and organizing info in the deduction phase in order to identify respective culprits. Okay, Executioner Linchpin is first. Bogeyman? Would you say Bogeyman? Because it's not Boogeyman, it's Bogeyman. Bogeyman's Woods. Phantom's Foot. And then what's the third? What's this 4th one? Not sure. Not sure. I'm gonna play the Executioner Linchpin first because it does say it's episode 1. So that is where I'm gonna start. But let's see. It released on October 19th. It was developed by Hakaba Bunko and published by Room 6. And I want to give a big thanks to Player2PR for providing me a Switch code to play this trilogy. There's a loud bird outside. But I'm going to start with episode 1 this week. And they're supposed to be not too long, so hopefully we can finish the episode. Episode 2 next week, and then episode 3 the week after. But if there's 4 games, I'll have to figure that out. But anyways, we'll start with episode 1 to see if we like it. We'll go from there. But it's a mystery-solving adventure in beautiful pixart, in which each case takes about an hour to solve. And I am a detective. So I need to gather clues, explore, interact with people, and organize the info. So let's just jump into it. Hi, hello, Jan. How are you? How are you? Jumping into a new game, and let me swap over to, my hair is, I took a shower this morning, so it's freshly washed, and Bowser, I don't know how you do it. I think I need to trim it back here, because it's like, do you see this, like, flipping out business it's doing? Like, I have a mullet, y'all. I have a mullet. And I don't know how I feel about it. It's on both sides. Do I just trim it? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I look like I'm gonna fly away. Like, what is happening here? What is happening? I brought proper, like, mousse for my hair, so next time I dry it, hopefully it looks better. But this morning, it's just like, it's very long back here. You see this length that I have going back here? It's long and straight, and then it just curls out at the bottom, but it's like straight up here. And then I like what it does up here. Like, I like this. It's kind of swooshy, whatever, all over the place. I can kind of do something up here. And then this little swirl on the side does not bother me. It's just back here, y'all. It's back here. I don't know how I feel about it. So I think I might just have my husband, like, trim it until this kind of grows out more, and kind of just trim it up until it's in a weird phase. I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about it. Let me swap to this, and let me move my camera as well. I don't know what the best placement is gonna be. Probably here. I'll leave myself there for now. Let me swap to this. Y'all let me know if I need to turn the music up or down. I'm not sure how loud it's going to be once I get into the game as well. There is that. Here for the Lockleth daily weekend streams. Yes, so far that's what I'm doing. I don't know if it will be the same next weekend because my husband isn't working, but we shall see. And it is, yes, it's very metal Lockleth. Yeah, mine curls out at the bottom. As it grows, I trim that part quite often. Keep the bottom half trimmed and let the top get long enough to cover it if you want to grow it out. Okay, yes, that's kind of what I was thinking, Bowser, and I knew you would know. I am trying to let it grow out, but it's going to be a long process, and now that it's long back here again, I need to trim it. I did have my mom trim it, but that was about like 3 months ago, so it has been a minute. But let's get into this new game. This should be the first one, the executioner linchpin. Let me look at options here. I don't know what dialogue is gonna mean. Text animation, vibration. Do I want vibration on? Yeah, sure. Into it. Game uses an auto feature. This game is a work of fiction. Any resemblance to real people is just a coincidence. Okay, am I in a good spot? I'm gonna make myself a little smaller. I debated putting on headphones for this too, but myself up here. Hopefully I'm not in the way. And I'll make myself a bit smaller. Hopefully that's good, because then you can see more of the screen. This may be tough to follow the stream while playing. I may cut in and out, but this game looks awesome. Thank you, Jan. I appreciate you being here, even if y'all are just lurking. I know this isn't a usual game, but I felt like I missed out on spoopy season. So I wanted to play and catch up on some spookier / mystery style games. And hopefully if there is any blood or gore, it'll be pixels, so maybe it won't be as bad, you know? Let's get into it. Here, for the little one. You're always so nice. You didn't need to. I do, and you know it. Anyway, see you. Sure, thanks. Very confused. Was that a friend of yours, Gramps? That's right, he even got you a little gift. Cool, thanks. The child is very excited about it. Hey, won't you tell me another story from your detective days? That's us. That is us right there. We are a detective. Huh, why not? Let me think. Remember that murder case I told you about? The Light of Martyrs one? Of course, you never got to catch the culprit, right? Right, but there's more to that story. We found a third victim. And that brought the case to its tragic end. Oh, that's cute. So we're like a grandpa telling our little grandson. Between 1981 and 82, 2 murders took place in Kei City, H Prefecture, Japan. Both murder scenes showed the same gruesome sight. The victim had been decapitated and hung from a telephone pole. Please be warned. Adult content, words, and scenery might be shown during this video game. If you cannot handle it, please leave. Viewer discretion is advised. The investigation revealed that the 2 victims had something in common. They were devout members of the same religious group. Nevertheless, despite their best efforts, the police was unable to pinpoint the murderer. Let's go. Until in 1983, yet another man was found dead under similar circumstances. Crime scene. Oh shoot, y'all. We're getting into it. Oh snap. Hold on. Hold on. We're getting into it now. Okay. Hopefully the music's not too loud. Please let me know if anything's too loud. If you can't hear me, I tend to not project my voice very much. Okay. Examine people and things to gather clues. Look for clues at the crime scene. Hello. I'm Wakaido from the Prefectural Police. I'll be in charge of this case. Detective Wakaido, your reputation precedes you. I've already collected some info from the crime scene. Let me know if you need to know anything. Yeah, what about this victim here? Just hanging about. Do we know who the poor fella is? We haven't been able to confirm his identity since he's missing his head. Well. Can't. You can use fingerprints, maybe? We are currently investigating to find out more. Cause of death. Yeah, what's the cause of death? He's missing his head and he's hanging from his legs. What could have killed him? Cause of death? We believe he was strangulated and then decapitated after death. Brilliant. Brill. The modus operandi seems to be the same as in those 2 past murders. The victim was decapitated. Found a new lead. Cool. Estimated time of death. Our best estimate is between yesterday 11 p.m. and today 2 a.m. So like a 3-hour time window. The body was found around 5 by a fisherman who happened to be passing by. Did they only send you to the scene? No, sir. There's another officer with me. Feel free to ask him for any info as well. I better talk to the other cop too. Found a new lead. I shall listen to what the other... Oh, okay. Let's see what they have to report first. This looks terrifying and religious. Hello. Detective Wakaido, wonderful to see you again. That must be the fisherman over there. You were on those 2 other murders as well, right? I'm counting on you. Yes, sir. I will help you however I can. The case. So, what do you make of all this? The similarities with the cases from last year and the year before, that are obvious. It's either a killer who loves the macabre or religion could be involved. How should I go about gathering info? You can raise certain pieces of info on your notepad. Then you'll be able to ask and find out more about them. Try it out on me, sir. I'll try raising a piece of info in my notepad, then talking to him again. Okay. How do I do that again? Oh, X. Detective, we have another ghastly case on our hands. The estimated time of death. The murder took place at night, as I take it. I see. We're referencing the clues and then talking to them. Okay, I get it. That seems to be correct, exactly like in the previous cases. I wonder what these serial murders are all about. The body. Tell me all we know about the victim's body. Yes, sir. Just as in the murders from last year and 2 years ago, the head has been removed. Okay, how many times do we have to talk about this? Clearly we see it. The victim was wearing slacks and a long coat. He was probably in his 40s. Ah. Are there any witnesses? One, sir. The fisherman who found the body. We've kept him for questioning. Victim, man, 40s, wearing coat. Okay. Officer, I done seen the whole thing. I done seen the whole thing. I'd like to know more about that. What you saw. What exactly did you see? I come by air morning for fishing. I can't do it. Why? But today, I done hear some heckin' noise, so I gon' take me a look. And out of nowhere comes a man... and out of nowhere comes a black something rushing past like mad. I say, what's that swaying thing? So I take me one better look, and it's some dead folk. That done send the old heart racing, let me tell you. Y'all, accents and me do not go well. The black... I'm here for these voiceovers. The black something. What was the black thing you saw? Okay, just for you, Jan. Ain't easy to say, being dark round and all. But 'twas pretty heckin' big. Must have been a man. Tell you that much. Looked to me like he was fiddling with something. I can't. A man at the crime scene? Oh my god. Okay, let's, Oh, I can ask the other officer about the man. Okay. Maybe not. Yeah, the victim. Here we go. I meant to ask him this too. What do we know about the victim? Only what we can guess from his clothing. An off-the-rack coat and leather shoes. Both kind of worn out. Looks like a salesman and not a terribly successful one. There's some symbol drawn in blood. A new lead. No half-staff to mourn this guy. Let's examine him. Suit pants and a long coat, male, somewhere in his 40s. Ain't getting much more info from this. The body is hanging from a telephone pole. Don't see any other of the victim's belongings around. Let's see. Examine more thoroughly. Okay, here we go. What's this? There's color everywhere. What's this? What's this? There's lightning in the air. What's this? His coat pocket is bulging. Oh, not bulging, please. But there's nothing inside. Somebody must have taken whatever was in it. No comment. I'd better ask the local cops. Victim's coat pocket. Something was taken. Okay, we've reached on those. Let's see. This symbol on the road sign. The symbol. That symbol on the road. Have you seen it before? I think there's some religious cult that uses a similar one. Religious cult found a new lead. Oh, victim's coat pocket. Yeah, let's ask him. The victim's belongings. Looks like something was taken out of the victim's pocket. Yes, sir, I was just informed of this. Forensic found something that belonged to the victim. It's a matchbox from a bar called Bacchanal. The victim probably visited the location shortly before his death. Okay, let's go back and talk to this fisherman about this symbol. Oh, we can already deduce? I'm not going to yet, though. Here we go, y'all. Here it comes. Do you know anything about the symbol on the road sign? It's got me knees shaking is all I know. That's some cursed stuff you got there. I can't. Is that it? Those are all the clues? Deduce. Okay, what are we deducing? This is kind of giving me... what's the name of that game, y'all? Oh my god, I'm losing it. I haven't even finished it yet. I think y'all played it in Backtrackers, but I can't remember. Okay. Time to put together all the info I got. We couldn't confirm the victim's identity. Why is that? Probably because he was decapitated. Yes. Are we talking to this post? I guess so. Yes, difficult to find someone who someone is when they're missing their head. Oh, this is very interesting. Okay. We know little about the victim, but at least we got enough for a generic description. What kind of person was he? Victim man, 40s, wearing a coat. Right, a man in his 40s wearing suit pants and a long coat. I feel very much like Sherlock Holmes right now. I was going to say it reminds me of Obradine. Oh yeah, I forgot about that game. We also have a witness who could be a potential suspect. Who's our witness? Obviously, it's the... Oh, I didn't mean to click that. My bad. Oh, man at the crime scene. Fisherman. The fisherman's testimony could prove a useful lead. This is wild. Are we gonna go to the bar? I feel like we should visit the bar, because probably somebody followed him from the bar. That would be my assumption. We don't know the first thing about the culprit. All we can do is retrace the victim's steps. Yes. Thankfully, we got 2 clues on the crime scene. One is a symbol of a religious cult. The other is a piece of evidence that hints to a location the victim recently visited. What was that again? Matchbox. Exactly. Time to hit the bar for a round of questions. Oh. I scrapped the info I'm not going to need anymore. Alright. This is an interesting way to transition to the different locations. Looks like there's more locations ahead of us too. Okay, bar. Let's go to the bar. Let's go to the bar. Bar Bacchanal. Hello, lady. Smoking a cig. May I? What do you need, handsome? Should I just use accents for all these? I think I'm going to. Hang on. I don't think I'll do it for the cops because I don't know. But I'll do it for some of these people. What do you need, handsome? We aren't open yet. The murder. There's been a murder close by. Have you seen anyone shady around? Huh, that's how I describe most of our clientele. And we get new customers every day, so... Alright, well that's all I have to say to you. What is this? Drink some booze? Me automatically picking drink booze. I'm on the job right now. Okay, well let's not do that then. Welcome, we aren't open. Oh, okay, here we go. Welcome. We aren't open yet, though. Wait, maybe I need to change his voice. I sound like an old woman. Feels like I'm watching True Blood. Detective Wakaido Police, I have a few questions. Please, officer. Mine is a reputable and entirely legal establishment. There's been a murder close by. Notice anything out of the ordinary? A murder, huh? Around these parts, we just call it Wednesday. I'm always holed up in here, but I doubt I saw anything that could help you. Okay, what about your customers? The victim had a matchbox from your bar. Know anything about that? Don't reckon I do. I value my customers' privacy. I can't just go around running my mouth about everything I see here. Please find yourself someone else to bother. Okay, barkeep won't I was gonna say corroborate, but it's collaborate and listen. He doesn't want to do any of it. Let's talk to this lady about this not collaborating and listening. What's the deal with that barkeep? He's a bit cold, you know. I hear money's a bit tight. Maybe he'll warm up to you if you order something expensive. Barkeep is broke. That is the lead that we received. Barkeep is broke. What else can I ask her about? Nothing, just that? Okay. Barkeep is broke. We're gonna buy something. You know what? Give me a whole bottle. Oh, with pleasure. Thank you for your patronage. Let me know if I can help you with anything, officer. Wow, that's all it took, was that? Okay, now let's talk to him, maybe? Tell me about the guy who took the matchbox. The matchbox, huh? Oh, right. He was half of a strange couple of guys. One with a long coat and another with a weird robe on him. They kept to themselves. We're chatting to each other the whole time. Ikota was sitting next to them, so maybe she caught something. Ikota? That'd be the missy sitting over there. Doesn't run the place or anything. She's just an employee. Two suspicious guests. Okay. Ikota, you have some splaining to do, ma'am. What did the two men look like? Do you remember their faces? What kind of people were they? Not really. Oh, now that I think about it, the man in the long coat looked like your average salesman. The other one looked like a wizard or something. Seriously, he was wearing a robe and he had this long beard. Believe me, he was so creepy. Just thinking about him is giving me the chills. This is too much. Man with robe and long beard. Basically, looked like a wizard. Okay. What were the two men talking about? I wouldn't know. They were kind of whispering to each other. The bearded one with the robe did most of the talking. The one with the coat was hanging from his lips. And then the coat guy said he drunk enough for the night and he should go back to his hotel. The only hotel near here is Toyo, so I think that's the one he was talking about. So stupid. Why do I go to a southern accent? She sounds like a southern belle. Like, why did I automatically go there? Okay, is that all we can do here? I believe so. There's not really much left to do, right? To the hotel. More accents ahead of us. I will run out of accents very quickly. Is that a camera? They have cameras. Maybe the CCTV recorded something useful. A new lead. Oh, here we go. Let me take some sip of water here. Blanche Devereaux up in here. Hello, sir. Welcome to the Toyo Hotel. Detective Wakaido Police. I want to ask about a murder that took place last night. Oh, you're with the police. I'd be happy to help you, officer. Did you notice anything suspicious? That's a very broad question. We welcome many guests here throughout the day, so are you looking for anyone in particular? Did you see a couple of men coming here together? One was wearing a long coat, and the other one something like a robe. I think we do have a guest who often wears a long coat. A long-term guest, that is. His name was... Yes, Mr. Ida. However, he did not come back to the hotel last night. Why does this guy talk so slow? I'm afraid I don't know anything about this man in the robe, however. Coat man equals Ida? Oh boy. Okay, what is this? A computer? It's the receptionist computer. How do I use this? How do I use this? Please enter the info you want to search for. Oh, okay. Let's use our stuff here. Hang on. CCTV, Coatman, Ida. Okay, let's talk about the TV first. The camera. Can you show me the CCTV tapes? Certainly. Please give me a minute. These are yesterday's images. You can see the man in the coat leaving the hotel. It looks like he's meeting with someone, but it doesn't show who that is, not clearly. A middle-aged man with a long coat, that's our guy. Alright, let's search up Mr. Ida here. Can you look up Ida and tell me his address? Wait, is the computer talking to us? Yes, please wait. Information found. His home address is not far from here. It's very vague. Why'd he stay long-term in a hotel then? Long-term guest, but lives nearby. That doesn't make any sense. Do we have anything else? Nope, but we should probably... Oh, we can deduce already? Time to put together all the info I have. I retraced the victim's steps through the bar and hotel. I got witnesses at the bar who saw a man taking a matchbox. Who did the barkeep see on the night of the murder? Let's see... Oh, 2 suspicious guests. That's right, the victim wasn't alone. The barkeep said he was there with someone. After I got enough info from the bar, I visited the hotel. There I found the name that most likely belongs to the victim. What is the presumed victim's name? I think Ida was his name. Yes, the reception... It says receptionist, but we were literally just talking to a computer. The receptionist told me the man in the coat is called Ida. At the bar, they told me about the man who was there with the victim. How did this potential suspect look? Witness said that the creepy man wearing a robe, like a wizard's, was at the bar with the coat man. Coat man is Ida, who is the potential suspect, and then the guy with the beard is our victim. People at the bar told me of a man with a robe and long beard. What I still can't figure out is why Ida was staying at that hotel. Why is it so weird for him to stay there? His own home is very close to the hotel. Now that I know his address, I better go and check his house. Oh, here we go. Another location. Ida's apartment. And we scrapped the info we don't need. Okay, cool. Moving on. I wonder how many locations we're going to end up going to. Ida's apartment. Hello? Detective Wakaido Police. I'm investigating a murder. I need to see Ida's apartment.
Oh, sure you do. Go and look, sweetie. Oh dear, wait, did you say murder? Is Ida alright? I've been worried about him, you know. It's been a few days since I last saw him.
My throat's gonna hurt after talking about this old lady. What can I tell you? What can you tell me about Ida, the man who lives here?
Oh, Ida, he's a nice fellow. Nice and neat, yes. He couldn't get on anyone's wrong side if he tried.
Are these apartments rented?
Oh no, we all own ours. Ida and his missus have been living here for, what, 10 years now? Lovely woman she is.
What is she, Yoda? Lovely woman she is. Ida's been so... Wait, I lost track.
Ida's been so gloomy since she was hospitalized. Poor soul.
Mrs. Ida is in the hospital. Oh no. Where does Ida work?
His wife told me it's, Kasumoto's sales agency, was it? Near the station, that is.
Okay, so he works in sales. Sale. Oh no. There's blood here. My throat already hurts from talking like that lady. Oh goodness. Okay. Find new leads, 2 of 13. Okay. Ooh. What happened? What do we have here? Well, would you look at this? We're gonna examine. There's barely any furniture in here. This is looking very Dexter, the show Dexter, with the plastic sheet. Plastic sheet kind of contained it, but there's a ton of blood. The victim got decapitated here. Mr. Ida. This is a crime scene if I ever saw one. The murderer must have washed his bloody hands here. He didn't, like, clean up. That is not very Dexter of him. There's a... Ooh, it's a saw? A bloody stained saw. This must have been through the victim's neck. Blech. It's no cheapo saw either. It ain't no chintzy saw. Brand stuff. There can't be that many stores carrying it. Head was cut off with the saw. The way they bring about these. Can I bring up any of this info to this lady? I feel bad even bringing up any of it. Man with robe and long beard. The robed man. Did you happen to see a man with a long beard and a robe?
Oh, I sure did. That was...
Her voice is changing as I continue.
That was on the last day I saw Ida. Come to think of it. A robe and a beard, can you imagine? There's no proper folk, not at all.
The apartment manager saw the suspect too. Where the robe man went. Do you know who the man in the robe is?
You know about the Light of Martyrs cult, don't you, officer? They're followers. They'd come and preach to our doors, too.
Oh, boy.
That fellow with the robe must be their head priest. I've seen his face before. Oh, on the telly, was it?
Photo of Coatman's face. Oh, yeah, we have his photo. Is the man in this picture Ida?
Oh, yes, no mistake. That's Ida, all right.
She has been able to identify the man. Yeah, his hotel. Why was he staying in a hotel? Looks like Ida was staying long-term at the Toyo, the hotel near the station.
Last month, was it? Ida told me he wanted to sell his apartment. Out of the blue, that was. I figured that maybe you know his missus had passed, so I didn't pry any further. No siree. He must have sold all his furniture, you know, so maybe that's why he was staying at the hotel.
Ida was going to sell his house, huh? That would explain why he was staying. I'm already over having to talk like this old lady. I know there was another one. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're going to ask her about... We're going to ask this poor lady about somebody being decapitated. Oh, God. Is there any hardware store nearby?
Oh, yes, there is. Sure is. That one, you know the one.
The way that they form sentences.
Oh, yes, that there is. Sure is. That one, you know the one. Cat's Hand, was it? With the kitten logo. They sell this and that and tools too, hardware stuff.
Okay, I think we're done talking to this lady. I think we've reached all of the points. Thank goodness. Okay. We're moving on. Hardware store. Ooh, I can actually keep walking. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 more spots after this. So this really is a short experience. Maybe we can get through 2 today. We'll see. General store, Cat's Hand. There are a few kinds of saws on display. Let's examine. There's so many brands. Search a saw from that brand. The saw I found on the murder scene, it was a Shark brand I saw, believe. There's a brand named Shark. Okay. Something between the shelves. What's this? Really? He left his pendant just on the shelf? Why did he leave his pendant on the shelf? Amateur. 2 amateur moves. Ida left his apartment all bloody, left the murder weapon, didn't even wash out the sink after washing his hands, and then this priest left his pendant on a shelf, or Ida left it on the shelf? Amateurs. Have they not seen any type of murder mystery movie? Okay, cult, shark, head priest. Okay. That's the register. It's full of copies of receipts. Hey, don't mess with the register. I'm sorry. Alright, what voice am I giving you? Detective Wakaido, I'm investigating a murder scene. No, I wasn't talking to you. Watch, please. Who texted me? Oh. Detective? Murder? Ooh, that's a lot. Happy to help if I can. I'm not very good with my men voices. The saw. Do you sell saws here? We sure do. Anything from small DIY tools to professional woodworking instruments. They're on that shelf over there. Well, we're gonna ask him about... the shark saw. Who bought this saw? Has anyone bought one recently? Shark saws? I've sold quite a few even just in the last few days. Do you have a list of the buyers? Nay, no such thing. You don't have a list? You don't have a list? Let's ask him about these cult people. Do you know about the cult called Light of Martyrs? Don't know any about cults, but that name rings a bell. Must have read it on the receipt or something. Familiar name on... What, a cult name is going to be on the receipt? That doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense. Okay. Head priest pendant. I found this on the floor between the shelves. Do you know it? What's that? Never seen it before. What can you tell me about the man with the robe? I remember he brought a bunch of stuff. I saw plastic sheets, duct tape, a pretty suspicious set of items, come to think of it. This man doesn't seem very bright. If somebody was in my shop buying those items, just rope and duct tape, I would question them. Like, what do you need this for? What's this? This receipt says... Religious Association Light of Martyrs is on the receipt. No comment. No comment. Why is that even a thing? Why is that on the receipt? Amateurs. Do you remember about this receipt? Who made the purchase? Oh, that one, right? It was a guy wearing a robe. We got nothing from this, except for they are amateurs. Deduce. Oh, God. Time to put together all the info I got. While retracing the steps of the man with the coat, I found out the victim's identity. Who was he? The victim... Oh, the victim is Ida. I thought this whole time Ida did it, but no, he is the victim. Interesting. Even the apartment manager confirmed it. She recognized the man in the picture taken by the hotel CCTV. And this head priest person. It's safe to assume that the man with the coat is Ida. Now, the victim was killed and decapitated, but where did this happen? Yeah, it took place at his house. Ida's home showed evidence of a murder taking place. Yes. The evidence shows that the murder happened at Ida's home. Have you all ever heard? There's a old television show. And actually it was I don't know if it was just a show or if they just put it into movies. I've seen the movies. But it's called it was based off of a series of mystery novels called The Thin Man. I have all the Thin Man movies. This is making me want to watch those movies again. I think I might do that while I do laundry this afternoon. Let's see. Yeah, The Thin Man is a series of popular films featuring detective characters Nick and Nora Charles. If y'all haven't looked up The Thin Man, if you like old school, like black and white picture movies, I love that series. I haven't seen all the movies yet, but I own the whole box set. But the actor in it, what is his name? Thin Man. William Powell. Ugh, I love William Powell so much. He did such a good job in that series. And then Myrna Loy plays Nora. I saw William Powell in the movie My Man Godfrey was the first movie I saw with him in it. Such a brilliant film. I love that black and white film so much. I think the one that I have, they put it in color, and so I have it in color as well. But that's a good movie, My Man Godfrey, and then the Thin Man series of movies, if you haven't seen them. But William Powell is such a good actor, and I love those shows. So I'm probably going to watch those after this. This is getting me in the feels. I found the saw that was used to decapitate the victim, and I learned more about the bearded man with the robe. What organization did he belong to? Well, we know he was a cult. I finally found out who the robed man is. The saw used to decapitate the victim was purchased from the general store Cat's Hand. And in the store, I found some evidence bringing together the Light of Martyrs cult and the robed man who bought the saw. What evidence links the cult to this case? Obviously, it was the receipt. The Light of Martyrs is involved in this murder. There's probably no doubt about that. But I still can't see the connection, between the cult and Ida. I should go visit his workplace. Alright, moving on. Was it 2 more locations? 3 more. Who are you? Detective Wakaido Police. I'm here to ask about Mr. Ida. I've heard he worked here. Why would the police want to know about Ida? I'd like to know more about Ida, your employee. He used to be very diligent, straight-laced fellow. Used to be. Just recently, he suddenly turned in his resignation. I tried to stop him, but he wouldn't listen. Said he got a call to faith or something. Oh, he quit his job as a call to faith. Oh, jeez. Detective Wakaido, I'm with the police. Can I ask you a few questions about Ida?
Mr. Ida? Is he all right?
Please tell me what you know about him.
He worked hard, but he never stood out much. And since his wife was hospitalized, he's been showing up less and less.
Why do I always make the women sound breathy? Oh yeah, let's ask her about his wife. Did Ida ever talk about his wife?
Did he? He loved her so much he barely talked about anything else. And once she got hospitalized, you could see how much it got to him. It was a sorry sight.
He was very attached to his wife. What do you think about this, sir? Did Ida ever tell you anything about his wife? last year, I think it was, he told me she'd been hospitalized. Pretty serious condition. And the treatment was going to cost him an arm and a leg. Every day after work, he'd go see her at the city hospital. Found a new location. Okay. Yes, you mentioned about faith. What do you know about a cult called Light of Martyrs? That's the one that Ida got. That's the one that got Ida, isn't it? That's pretty much all I know about it. Okay, well, what do you know about it, ma'am? Ma'am. This is a Wendy's, ma'am. Do you know about the cult called Light of Martyrs?
That's the cult Ida was a member of, right? I've heard rumors about their beliefs. I thought it better to keep my distance. Mr. Ida was convinced that donating his house to the cult would cure his wife of her illness. Oh boy. Sounds like a huge scam if you ask me. It is, ma'am. Ma'am. It's a scam, ma'am. Ida was LOM follower. Oh, that's how we're shortening it. Light of Martyrs. Okay. A man has been murdered, and that man is very likely to be Ida. That Mr. Ida? But why? He was such a good man, maybe too good to even see the evil in other people. But murdered? I'm at a loss for words. Well, aren't we all? He's at a loss for words too. He doesn't have a head. Sorry. A man has been murdered, and that man is very likely to be Ida. What? Ida? He was never the type to get involved in anything like that. What about trouble in the workplace? Any run-ins? Absolutely not. I couldn't even imagine. Ida was kind and affable. Is that how you say it? Affable? He steered clear of any kind of trouble. If anything, everybody was grateful for him. Who'd hold a grudge against someone like that? He was well liked. Maybe he faked his own death. He was selling his house. I've heard that Ida was going to sell his apartment. Do you know about this? Yes, I thought he needed to pay for his wife's treatment. But the rumors here said that he wanted to donate it all to the cult of his. Wanted to gift house to cult. These leads. Why are we gonna ask her about this priest pendant? Seems kind of odd. Have you ever seen this symbol? Seen it before? It's not exactly like that, but all members of the cult wear a similar pendant.
Have you ever been to their church?
Ida invited me to one of their meetings once. I ended up not going, but I should still have the flyer with the address.
Well, isn't that something? We have an address, and we have nothing else to ask, so... Is there anything else in this room? Nope. We're headed to... the hospital? Yeah. I'm guessing the cult is the last place we'll go to. Ew. Why does that doctor look like he's just a brain? His head looks like a brain. It doesn't look... it don't look normal. I'm running out of voices too, y'all. Can I help you? Detective Wakaido, I'm with the police. I believe there is a Mrs. Ida here. I need to talk with her husband. Oh, Ida. She's staying with us, yes. Is there anything I should know about? Dang, got him. Hello, Seth. Welcome in. We're getting close to the end of this. This is a very short game, to be fair. I've only been playing for like an hour. It's supposed to be like an hour for each episode. So it's like a trilogy, this game. And so I'm playing episode 1 today. We're almost done. I've been using voices throughout, so you've missed out. The fisherman has been the fan favorite so far. Interesting. Seth, you've been missing out on all these voices, S-tier content. My voice hurts. I make all the women sound breathy, and the men sound like they're annoyed. I'll have to go back and watch the VOD. It'll only be an hour experience. We're almost done. Oh, Ida. She's staying with us, yes? Is there anything I should know about? My men voices are running low, though. I'd like to hear about Miss Ida's husband. Since she's been staying with us, her husband has come to see her every single day. But he hasn't showed up yesterday. Apparently he's not answering her calls either. She's very worried. Wow. Yeah, I always have a hard time voicing a bunch of different characters. Yeah, tell us about her illness. I have to go talk to her next, so just tell us all about her. If left untreated, she would die within the year. She needs to be hospitalized and receive constant medical attention. Insurance doesn't cover this kind of treatment, so it's bound to be expensive. New lead. She's badly ill. New lead. She's ill and has to be here. Do you know anything about a cult called Light of Martyrs? I've heard the name, yes. But that's as much as I know. Finally, a game whose music loops properly. It does have a nice loop. It does. It is very likely that Mr. Ida has been murdered. Really? That's most unfortunate. Who's gonna pay for his wife now? Damn. Not the doctor be like, who's gonna pay these damn bills? Not upset, you know, for the woman who lost her potential husband. But, like, who's gonna pay? Like, he's thinking about yeeting her out of the hospital now. He's thinking about yeeting her just like I yeeted a rocket into the sun the other night. What? Poor woman. Well, okay. I'm done talking to you now. I'm gonna talk to her. Detective Wakaido Police, are you Mrs. Ida? Okay. Which type of breathy female voice should I use? She's supposed to be sick, right? Okay, let me get in character here. Hang on. She's sick, probably out of breath. Breathless. Wakaido's also breathless, so he has no head. I don't even know. Do any of them have horrible British voices like yet? The fisherman did. The fisherman did. That was at the beginning. The fisherman had a bad British voice. But they actually like spelt out the words like you did. Oi, did anything happen to my husband? I can't. I made one of the ladies sound like a Southern belle. She was the bartender. Did anything happen to my husband? Are you familiar with the cult called Light of Martyrs? I've never even heard about it. What does that have to do with my husband anyways? Have you noticed anything abnormal in your husband's behavior as of late? For one thing, he's been looking really stressed out the past few weeks. He used to come and see me every day, but now he won't even answer my calls. Is he all right? I have no idea. I mean, I actually do know he's the victim. He has passed. She could just be Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur.
I only know the Cult of the Lamb. Arner. Oh no, we're about to tell this poor woman. I'm mortified, ma'am, but it's very likely that your husband has been murdered. What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. That's impossible. Why would anyone murder him? He never hurt a fly. Have you heard about his plans to sell the house? Not one word. I leave all that money matters to him. What? Bulbasaur!
Bulbasaur.
We're gonna ask her why he was attached to her. So we heard he's very codependent on you, and like why? And like why? Your husband was known by his colleagues for how much he loved you. Okay, that's one way to word it. I see. He put everything on the line for my sake. I don't understand how this could happen to him. I mean, he was a cult follower. He was a member of a cult. If he was, I'm sure he'd have told me. Wife didn't know he was in a cult. New lead. New lead. Wife didn't know. Are we surprised? Not me. Not I. Oh no, now we're about to tell her that he wanted to give his house up for the cult. For the good of the cult, oh praise be. Oh praise be this church of cult of though that dwell within it. Accept my home, for I have no other worldly possessions to disown. Is that how it goes? Hey honey, quick heads up. I'm in a cult. Oh jeez. Ida meant to donate his home. His home? It's their home. So I assume that his plans to donate the house to the cult is news to you as well? I can't believe he'd ever do something like that. My voice for her has changed. Okay, Mrs. Ida, about her illness. Ugh, I'm about to talk to him about expenses. He doesn't care. And they've been paying for it? Bulbasaur is shaken by this news. Yes, so far, Mr. Ida has been paying all bills on time without fail. And what if he stopped? Then I'm afraid we'd have to yeet her. We'd have to discharge her. I'm not surprised. Is that all the things? Oh, medical bills, too much. Oh, this is our last lead. Okay. How are you paying for your treatment? My husband always took care of it. He even bought life insurance just in case. All for my sake. Ada bought life insurance. How very adult of him. Then I'm afraid we just have to hope they have hospitals in hell, you know? Let's deduce. Time to deduce. What deduce? Time to put together all the info. I got a clearer picture of Ida's situation prior to the murder. At his workplace, he was seen as a good, diligent man. The one thing troubling him was his wife's illness. What about this was he concerned about? I want to say he was attached to her, but what was he concerned about? I guess I'll do that option, see what happens. But does that really make sense? I should think it through again. Damn, okay. Just say I'm wrong then. It must be, the medical bills. His wife needs constant medical attention to stay alive. Paying for this treatment must have been a huge toll on Ida's finances. Does that really make sense? It shouldn't be so stupid. Ugh, I'm so dumb. Dang. Idiot. Talking to his colleague made something else clear. Ida got involved with a cult and started showing up less frequently at work. He'd become convinced that faith could save his wife. Yes. Faith alone is all you need. He even handed a cult flyer to that... He's just handing out flyers at work. You want to join a cult? Light of Martyr? Taking new victims. How was he involved with the Light of Martyrs cult? Gotta have faith, just like George Michael always said. Even at work, it was no secret that Ida was a cult member. In light of his wife's illness, faith was probably the only straw he could grasp at. He's just out here giving his house up for the cult lord. Wife in the hospital. No one sees him. And then he got himself decapitated. Decapitated. Ida was known for how much he loved his wife. He visited her at the hospital every single day after work. His wife's testimony makes me think the two spoke a lot during those visits. But they didn't speak a lot. They're probably like, oh, I love you so much. Oh, I'm so sorry you're here. Oh, it's fine. You do so much for me. Like, nothing about, oh, hey, hun, by the way, I'm in a cult. Oh, hey, hun, by the way, I'm selling our house. I'm giving our house to the cult. It's not a marriage. That's a friendship. That's a friendship. But there was something that he never told her about. She didn't even know he was in a cult. How much could they have possibly... Yeah, exactly. What did he keep her wife in the dark about? A lot of things. For one, he was selling his house to the cult. Wife didn't know he was in a cult. All his colleagues knew, but she didn't know. He didn't hand her a flyer. Most likely he didn't want her to worry. There are cults in hell. I think you could have told her. She could have joined and then she'd have been fine. Sorry. Ida was planning to sell his house. I'd assume he'd use the proceeds. The proceeds? To pay for his wife's medical bills, but I was wrong. What was he planning to do with the house? Oh. He wanted to give the house to the cult. Why? No idea. She was hiding from him. That she's been Bulbasaur the entire time, to be fair, yeah. Yeah. Yep, he didn't tell her about the cult. She didn't say she was a Pokemon, so... Ida probably felt like he was in the middle of a long, dark tunnel. And the light he saw at the end of it was the light of the martyrs. It's pretty clear they're involved somehow. I need to get some hard proof to show the cult had a hand in this. He needs proper proof that the cult had a hand in it. Had a hand in it. Found a new location. This is our last location, I believe. No, we have 2 more locations. I bet we go back to the murder scene, maybe? Anyways, to the cult church. To the cult! Oh, I hate it already. Oh, I hate it. I don't like it. Hello? Is this a male or female? What do we think? May the light of the martyrs shine. Welcome to the Church of the Light of Martyrs. If you wish to be enlightened about our faith, feel free to ask me. The cult at a proper... I can't even read that. Can't even read it. What do you people believe in? We of the Light of Martyrs believe in the spirit of self-sacrifice. Sacrificing oneself is the key that will lead humanity to its next stage. Yikes. I already asked her that question. Blah, blah, blah. Who's the head priest? Our head priest is the venerable? Venerable? I'll take 1 enlightenment, please. Our head priest is Sata, the first martyr. Sata, head priest, new lead. What's the first martyr? What do you mean by that? Right, as the world was falling into darkness, the... Venerable? You know what? No. I'm not going to mispronounce this word again. Not happening. Never let them know your next goog. Never let them know your next pronunciation on YouTube. Not the Google Pixel 8 ad, please. Are you done? Google, are you done? Hey Google, are you done?
It's the relatively new position at the helm of this really venerable institution.
Venerable. Venerable institution. Thank you, sir. Right, as the world was falling into darkness, the venerable Sata became a martyr. He decapitated himself and, through this sacrifice, rescued the world. We all owe our lives to him. Oh, there are plenty of things I can ask her about, but let's ask her first about the pendant. Stay out of my googs. May the light of the martyrs shine. Do you know this pendant? Did someone drop that? I'm afraid it's not mine. Oh. Religious beliefs, self-decapit... Did we just solve it? Did he just kill himself? Is it part of this cult thing? To be fully risen in the faith that is this? Let me get this straight. The head priest... Okay, let me get this straight. The head priest saved the world by cutting off his own head. Let me just take that in for a second. He saved the world. Saved all the children, people, everyone, the whole entire world by chopping off his own head. Is that what we're going with? Save the world. Okay. Got it. Precisely. He has saved us all by decapitating himself twice in the past. This is the way. You can't be serious.
Say what you will, but I have seen the venerable Sata with his head cut off with my very own eyes. It was a dreadful sight to witness, but then he came back to life.
Sata died twice? What is happening? Many things. Is that all we're gonna ask her about? Yeah, okay, we've got 2 more people. Who's this praying person? Okay, what is this? Is that him? A long beard and a robe. Is this the head priest? Is Mr. Ida the head priest? Jeez, okay. Oh, I don't like this. Can I ask you something? May the light of the martyr shine. The spirit of self-sacrifice will change the world. Same. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. What is this? Is there... Oh, there's 2 other people in here. Okay, I'm not going to ask him anything else. Ah, may the light of the martyrs shine. Self-sacrifice, yes. If you sacrifice yourself, any wish can come true. Who are you? Wait, who are you? Are you a member of this cult too? Of course I am, since I joined Light of Martyrs. Everything in my life has started going well, everything. Coming to church every day is what has made me as happy as I am. A man visiting church daily is a new lead, okay. Got any wish granted while you were here? I sure did. My parents, who came from a long line of artisans, were constantly pressuring and abusing me, and I wished for them to stop. But as soon as I sacrificed a finger from my right hand, all the abuse stopped. This is the power of self-sacrifice. You sacrificed your finger? Exactly. It was the venerable Sata, the martyr of miracles himself, who cut off my right index finger. Oh my god, I was right. I was right, it was the index finger. Got him. It was the greatest of honors. Well. Well. This man is called Ida. Have you ever seen him? I have, yes. He wasn't that consistent with his visits at the church, however. But I have seen him talk with both the Venerable Sata and the lesser Grand Priest. Testimony. He spoke with cult leaders. Wow. Wow. Enlightening. Okay, let's ask him about this pendant. Have you ever been to a shop called Cat's Hand? I do not visit any indecent shops. The indecency of a handyman shop? Really? So indecent. So indecent. There's too many hammers and bolts up in there. So indecent. I'm gonna ask her about this portrait, and then we'll talk to the last person. Who's the person in the portrait on the wall?
That is the first martyr, the Venerable Sata.
Cool. Could have guessed that too, but cool. Okay, we have many things to ask this third person. I am the Lesser Grand Priest. Let me know if you wish to join us or to make a donation. This man is called Ida. Have you ever seen him around here? We are visited daily by droves of followers wishing to see the Venerable Sata. It's difficult to say. You're asking for donations? We never ask for anything. Our followers simply decide to sacrifice themselves and their belongings out of their own volition. Self-sacrifice opens the path to understanding the world's truth. Sacrifice everything and you too may be blessed with the Venerable Sata's sacred light. Leave. I just want to leave. I don't want to be here. Does this belong to your church? Where did you find this? This is a symbol from the Light of Martyrs. I am positive that it is ours. However, it's slightly different from the ones we wear. Could it be the head priest's? The pendant is Sata's. I want to meet the head priest. I want to meet this Sata, the head priest. The head priest left yesterday and he has not returned. He said he was seeking new places where to sacrifice his venerable self, or others. I'm afraid he will not be back anytime soon. Sata has no alibi. That is the lead. No alibi. Hasn't been here. I haven't seen him. I don't know. See this receipt? This proves your cult is involved in a murder case. Your cult ain't praying its way out of this one, bud. Catch my drift? You foolish heretic! You do not understand the Venerable Sata. He does what must be done. Nothing more, nothing less. He would never murder someone. Be gone! Stop lying! Are you going to arrest us all? I've done nothing. I know nothing. And tell me where Sata is. I have no way to contact him. All we can do is keep sacrificing ourselves and praying until his much-awaited safe return. I was so worried that I personally visited his house, but he wasn't there. Damn. Alright. Okay. One of your followers said that he's seen you and Sata talk to Ida. The head priest and I? Oh yes, I remember now. Mr. Ida wanted to donate his house and make a special sacrifice, so I introduced him to the Venerable Sata. Finally, a link between Ida and that bearded bozo. He was very passionate as he spoke to the head priest. They even left the church together yesterday. Okay, so Sata met Ida on the day of the murder. And Sata hasn't come back. Yeah, what do you mean special sacrifice? The greater one's wish, the stronger their resolve must be in order to have it granted. Self-sacrifice is proof of that resolve. It can take on any one of several shapes. For example, as first martyr, the venerable Sata sacrificed his priceless life. God thought it necessary for him to come back to life, and so he did. He is the only person to have ever reached the next stage. What did Ida end up sacrificing? That is between him and the head priest. Okay, double checking. I think I've asked them all of the things, so let's deduce. The man who's been seen in and around the crime scene with a long beard and a robe, who was he? Sata, head priest. But does that really make sense? I think I should think it through again. What? Hang on a minute. The man who's been seen in and around the crime scene with a long beard and robe. It's gonna take me a second. We have so many things that references the long-bearded man. Now here we go. Sata, long beard, robe. The man was Sata, head priest of the Light of Martyrs. We got there eventually. Okay. His cult believes in salvation through self-sacrifice, and their gruesome, absurd belief is... it's cutting off your head. Yep. Decapitation. The cult's doctrine is centered around self-sacrifice. Saving the world by cutting your head off? What a joke. They're most likely involved in this case, and then the 2 past murders as well. One of the cult followers said that he'd seen Sata and Ida talk with each other. And I've also found solid proof of Sata's involvement in this case at that general store. What's that piece of proof? I believe it was like a receipt, right? This pendant, yeah, the pendant belonged to Sata. It was found in the general store. He must have dropped it while he was shopping for the saw. Amateur. How do you drop your belongings after you've murdered someone? Or before you murder someone, at the scene of where you bought the murder weapon? And I even got a testimony regarding what he did on the day of the murder. What was that? What testimony says what Sata did on the day of the murder? He did meet Ida on the day. I've got enough evidence to prove that the murderer was Sata. Now I only need to arrest him and get a confession. Let's check out the cliff over there. A cliff? We're gonna yeet the priest off a cliff? This is the last location. It's all gonna unfold at Cliff. The name of a place and also the name of a person. Cliff. When his wife was hospitalized, Ada turned to the Light of the Martyrs for help, and that cult's belief is that self-sacrifice can grant wishes. Ida must have thought that by quitting his job and donating his house, he could save his wife. That's how Sata, the head priest, does it. He preys on the weak and their suffering. There's a good chance those other 2 murders are linked to this as well. Huh? What's that? He would be bald. He would be bald. Long beard, bald head. Robe. Looking like a wizard on a cliff. Sata, it's over. End of the line. I should give him a silly, voice.
And who are you?
Detective Wakaido Police, and you're Sata, head priest of Light of Martyrs, I presume.
Police, I see. It's over, you say? You have followed my steps all this way and you still don't understand? You see me now as I have worked my 3rd miracle, and once again defeated death.
3rd miracle? I'd call that a murder. You used Ada's weakness to make him donate his house and buy life insurance, then you killed him. You cut off his head and showed off his body to make it look like a miracle. You needed him to die for the insurance money, didn't you?
You say all that as if you knew it to be true.
There are witness testimonies detailing your every move since you left the church with Ida. And the symbol you drew near his body, that was the link to your phony miracle. Oh, damn. You instructed the lesser grand priest on what to say to buy yourself time after the murder. He has nothing to say. You were seen at the bar and near Ida's apartment. Still nothing. And how do you explain this receipt from Cat's hand in his holiness into one? And how do you explain this receipt from Cat's hand? Is his holiness into woodworking? Are you Jesus? That ain't my Jesus.
What's that supposed to mean? It is the lesser grand priest who makes all purchases for the church.
That ain't flying. Look here. See this pendant with the cult symbol on it? I found it at the Cat's hand, near the shelf with the saws. It's not like the other members, it's yours. That beard, that robe, and that pendant. That beard, that robe, and that pendant. Oh, so much for your saint costume. You made yourself one easy to remember suspect, Sata. You probably used your followers to create alibis for you until now, but your luck's run out this time.
I have worked miracles.
No, Sata, what you did is kill people.
Even as we speak, there are lost souls out there who need to know of self-sacrifice to be saved.
Spare me the sermon. You tricked all those schmucks into giving you money, but it won't work on me.
You foolish man who cannot believe in miracles. I will show you one right now.
Wait, Sata, no.
I am ready to sacrifice myself to save the world.
Don't do that. Don't sacrifice yourself, please. Wait, stop.
I am the savior. With my sacrifice, I will redeem the world.
Sata, no, wait. No. Well. I'm sorry. That kills me. Right after saying that, Sata jumped off the cliff.
And there you had it. That's how your old grandpa solved detective work back in the day.
You're telling this whole story to your grandson. Rip. This game is dark. Did Sata get away? Wait a minute. Let me sound like a little...
Did Sada get away?
Beats me. Best I could do was getting him cornered.
Shucks.
I failed to get justice for Ida, and I couldn't even catch the prime suspect. All I could do is look down from the cliff while clenching my fist around Sata's pendant. Wasn't much of a story, huh? Sorry to bore you. Now, wanna head home? I'm sorry. Gramps tells you all of that. This about a cult. Decapitation. How old is this child? 6? Decapitation. And then he solves the mystery, confronts the priest. The priest jumps off a cliff, and the little boy's like, heard better. Heard better stories. And the Gramps like, sorry to bore you. Wanna go home? Wanna head? Let's just. You wanna go get some ice cream? I don't.
Wait a second.
What's wrong?
There are a couple of things about your story that don't sit right with me. Gramps, you're lying, aren't you?
What are you talking about, Makoto?
Sorry, but I don't want to go home while all my doubts are still stuck in a maze.
Stay away from the cliff, Makoto, please. Uh-oh.
I, Makoto Wakaido, will solve this mystery.
What the fuck? What is happening? What is happening here? Wait a minute. What is happening? This baby is gonna solve it now?
Time to put together all I know.
What is it about my story that's bugging you? What the fuck?
Well, it's difficult to put into words. What you told me is believable, but there are a couple weird turns.
And what would those be? You must stream this whole series. I have to know everything. Same, Bowser. I am in it now.
The first one is the pendant. When you first found that pendant, what did you call it?
The Colt's pendant.
Is that really so? Let's think this through again.
When I first found it, I think I just called it a golden pendant. What? Okay, child. The head priest pendant.
Yeah, you said it was the head priest pendant.
And I was right, wasn't I?
You were, or rather you turned out to be. But when you just found it in the shop, you had no way of knowing who it belonged to.
Granted, but what of it?
That inconsistency made me realize something. I thought that maybe you were trying to set up a misdirection.
What? What is happening? What do you mean, misdirection?
You know, like in mystery novels. Okay, so in mystery novels, you were leading me to an explanation that was plausible but wrong. But it was wrong.
What?
It all makes more sense this way. My theory is that you were pretending to investigate. In reality, you were setting up clues.
Why in the world would I do that?
Because you already know the truth. That's what I think. And there's one more thing about the pendant that doesn't make sense.
And what's that?
When you showed the pendant around while questioning people, they all responded in the same way.
Yeah, they said they never seen it.
Right, several witnesses said they'd seen a man wearing a robe. But none of them mentioned having seen that pendant.
Are you saying that the pendant didn't belong to him? I think it belonged to that second guy we talked to in the church. Because he was all like, he was like stuttering.
That's not quite right either. I think that he was wearing it, but that his long beard covered it and nobody could see it. Now, where did you really find the pendant?
We found it in the general shop. So maybe Ida's house? Ida's house? What?
That's the only explanation. There's only one way you could have seen the pendant normally hidden by Sata's beard. And that's when his head had been cut off.
This little babe is talking about decapitation now. Grandpa is the murderer and now he has to kill the kid. Huh? So you're saying...
Yes, the truth is...
Oh shit, what is happening? What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Sata was murdered? Wait a minute.
Right, Sata wasn't the culprit. Ida, who tried to pass off as the victim, was the real murderer.
What is happening? I did get it mixed up in the very beginning, thinking that Ida was the murderer. But maybe I didn't accidentally get it mixed up.
Gramps, Ida was alive the whole time.
Makoto, you got something in you, something special. I'm sorry I lied to you. You're right, Ida's still alive.
Will you tell me what really happened?
You're too bright for my lies. Alright, champ. Oh, shit. Remember that this happened in the 80s. Scientific investigation wasn't as precise back then. After the second cult follower murder, the head office wanted to end things quickly without wasting time looking for suspects. Wouldn't surprise me if Light of Martyrs was pulling their strings. Those were bleak days. I thought the head priest jumped off the cliff, right? In his story, he said he did. Maybe that still happened, but maybe Ida is still alive. I ignored the brass and started investigating on my own. I set my sights on the Light of Martyrs head priest Sata and started following him. It just so happened that he'd found himself a new lamb to sacrifice. His name was Ida. The two walked together into Ida's house. I was right outside listening. All of a sudden, I heard fighting. What else could I do? I broke in. What's going on? You! Sata! You're Ida, aren't you? What happened here? I made a terrible mistake. As I was finishing up the papers to donate my house, this man attacked me out of the blue. I fought back, lost control, and ended up strangling him. And who are you? I'm a police detective. I was following Sata. I guess this is as much following as I'm gonna get done. A detective? Does that mean I'm under arrest? I don't care what happens to me. Oh, I don't care what happens to me, but if I go to prison, who'll look after my wife? Please, won't you at least help her? Tell me about her situation. Ida's story filled me with sympathy. I swore I'd help his wife, and I did so, betraying both the police and the world at large. I'm confused. What is this? We set Grandpa's not the murderer, but he helped cover it up. We set Sata up. We made it look like Ida had been killed while Sata was still alive. We cut off Sata's head with the saw we bought from the general shop. That's when I found the pendant. I pretended I found it during the investigation. Ada and I parted ways at the cliff, and after letting him go, I wrote a false report. I used his insurance money to pay for his wife's medical bills while protecting their secret. It is so twisted. What kind of detective is this? I'm sorry. So all that cult stuff happened, probably. Or wait, did it even happen? Now I'm confused. Did any of that even happen now? So Ida attacked... He was trying to sell his house for the cult, right? And then that man attacked him. Sata attacked him. And Ida, strangled Sata. And then he was dead because Ida killed him. He's like, oh no, if I go to jail, then who will take care of my wife? We have all these medical bills, blah, blah, blah. And the detective heard this and helped Ida, the murderer, set up Sata as the killer and helped him set it all up and filed a false police report.
So that's how it really went.
I'm really sorry I tried to fool you. I've been fooling everyone for so long.
Gramps, did Mrs. Ida ever get well?
She did. Her husband and I were able to see her final moments just a few days ago. They told me they were grateful for the years I afforded them. They lived them modestly, but in peace.
I see. So that friend of yours from earlier must have been Ida.
Can't hide anything from you, can I?
Detective Wakaido.
Yeah?
The case is closed.
I would be traumatized. I would literally be traumatized. The executioner linchpin. I mean... I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say now at the end of that. There's episode 1 of the Makoto Wakaido's case files. We thought we solved it completely. This story was completely wrong. They fully explain what really happened. Here's the how do cameras work? Here's the credits over here. We finished the game in like 2 hours because of all the voices and pausings. I don't know how I feel now. So why did we really kill Sata just for being a cult leader? So, Bowser, what I'm gathering is that all that beginning stuff, Ida's wife being in the hospital, having all these medical bills, him finding this cult and wanting to join it, and he thought the best way was to save his wife was to give up his he has the insurance, he got the insurance bit set up, and then he was going to give his apartment to the cult leader. The cult leader, Sata, attacked him I think he was just gonna sacrifice him right then and there, but Ida flipped it by strangling him and killing him. And the detective heard all the commotion, went in, saw that Sata was dead, and then helped him cover it up so that Ida wouldn't have been sent to prison, because who would have taken care of his wife? And then he helped the detective, Gramps, helped fake Ida's death. So the body that they saw hanging was Sata's body, not Ida's body. But it was decapitated in the 80s, so no one could figure out whose body it really was. And so the part at the, like the whole, him finding the clues, us solving the case, is him going through the motions as a detective to cover up what he did to help Ida. And I don't know how to feel now. I don't know how to feel now. I don't know how to feel. That was so very strange. I finished a game. Let's go back to the title screen. I finished a game, so that's cool. Yeah, so there's the Makoto Wakaido's case file trilogy deluxe. It's available on Switch. In fact, I'm gonna see how much it is because I really don't know off the top of my head how much it is. So let me look it up. Never let them know your next goog. Makoto Wakaido's case files. It's a trilogy. We played through episode 1. It is currently $13 on the Nintendo eShop. So if you would like to pick it up, there are still 2 other episodes we haven't gotten through. Apparently there's 4 episodes, not even 3. It's called a trilogy, but there's 4 episodes. So we got through episode 1. We still have 3 more episodes to go. But yeah, that was episode 1. And I would like to say thanks again for Player2PR for providing me a code for this trilogy deluxe. I guess deluxe means that there's 4 and not 3 episodes. So wild. Like, you think you cracked, like when we were cracking the case, I was like, oh, this is an open and shut case. This is so simple. And then they added the twist at the end. That's actually kind of clever, even though I feel like that little child should be traumatized now after knowing the truth. But that's, yeah, we missed this. I missed this coming out during spooky season. It released on October 19th, so it's been out for a little bit. Again, Hakabo Bunko was the developer, and Room 6 published it. But it's a series of mystery-solving cases that you have to solve with apparent really twists at the end. I did not see that coming. They are for sure traumatized. Yeah, I feel traumatized after this. So, but I definitely want to continue the story. I want to get to episode 2, see what case we solve there and what happens. I at least have, now that I know that there's 4, I'll have to create another thumbnail. But I have the next 2 thumbnails already made for the series. I might have to alter them based on how this series goes, now that we've learned something after this first one. But if you want to purchase it for yourself, it's $13 on the eShop. But I think it's also available on other, I think it's available, Makoto. I think it's available on Steam. Yeah, it's also available on Steam, Switch, and Mac OS apparently. How much is it on Steam? Same price, yeah. Yeah, so it's also $13 on Switch as well. So you're buying 4 1-hour experiences each. It took me 2 hours, so if you want to say 2 hours each, 8 hours to finish 4 different games. And you can check it off your list as something you finish for only 14 bucks. But I think I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to leave it here, and I will see y'all. When's the next time I stream? Let's see. It's up in the air right now. But I want to stream Little Nightmares, the first one, sometime this week. Sometime this week. Obviously not Tuesday night because I'll be doing the Nintendo Drive. But I want to stream Little Nightmares. And I'll probably have to wear like headphones. Because I am not good with scary games. I will probably be a little bit of a baby. So look forward to that. Possibly streaming tomorrow night. If not tomorrow night, Wednesday or Thursday, probably. Kind of a cliffhanger, but not really. So if y'all want to see me get terrified out of my mind, come back for those streams this week. And then I need to do more work on the Animal Crossing island, the new island, later this week as well. And then the Amanda, Miles_of_Amanda, and myself are possibly doing a little something Friday or Saturday later this week. Possible Xenobabe related thing, and I'll leave y'all to that. You'll know more on Tuesday. So follow Carpool Gaming if you do not. Subscribe. I know y'all do, so I'm not going to add the link there. But possibly something Xenobabe related Friday or Saturday this week. So I'm leaving those days open. Nintendo Drive on Tuesday. Be there so that you know what's happening. But thank you guys for hanging out for me. I'll be buying it Sunday. Let's go. Yes. Thanks y'all for hanging out for this lovely little afternoon. Quick little game, and I can add it to my list of games I've completed. In fact, I need to catch up on my tweets of games I've finished. But yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow or Tuesday, one of those nights. But anyways, y'all have a great rest of your Sunday, great rest of your weekend, and I'll let y'all just listen to these sweet tunes on the ending screen. Bye y'all, love you.